Okay, people, it's April 17th, 2016. I've been out here since 8:30 this morning. It's, 1, got it about 8:45, 8:30, right? I'm working on this, people, because, obviously my landlords are playing games with the city. Okay, they had me out here for 68 days out of 77 days. And 11 days before the city show up, they give me some cocky-mamie eviction notice because my teenage daughter called my landlady's daughter cheap. Because it takes too long for them to fix things. Some things they just don't fix. Right? Or they expect me to get whoever I can find to fix them on the real cheap. And in the past, I've gone to the homeless shelter, right? And I shouldn't have to be grabbing, and I've even grabbed people off the street to do it. Tenants shouldn't have to do that, right? And so anyway, I'm just laying this down because with the eviction notice looming, right, and my landlady's daughter being cocky on the 11th saying, well, you do realize it's the 11th. Like, why aren't you packing? She didn't say, why aren't you packing? But, not even a month ago, you were telling me to do all this work, man. And, none of these people that put me to work like this... Just hold on a minute. So, anyway... they're setting me up to fail, people. I've been out here for 6 fucking years, and nobody, and I mean nobody outside of my son has helped me with this stuff. And a few guys that I've paid along the way. Other than that, my landlords haven't helped me. What they did is they took 4 years of hard work and they ripped it up and they left the mess for me to clean up. Just like when I moved in, it was a mess and they left it for me to clean up. And I've been trying to clean it up. Like, who in their right mind washes rocks? Do you know how many rocks, people, I have washed over the years? That's just a fraction. What you gonna do with all these fucking rocks? Well, you'd make lemonade out of lemons. So we're going to put in a pond. But now that the pond is coming, right, and the greenhouse is done, and the garden beds are done, right, and the hard stuff is done, they're playing head games with me. And they're trying to put themselves like they're the victims. So I have to finish this, people. I have to, because if I don't fucking finish this and leave it like this, because they gave me a 30-day eviction notice after they've had me outside for 6 freaking years, what do you think's gonna happen? When nobody's gonna want to come in. They're not. If they didn't pay me to do this, and they haven't paid anybody else to come in and do any kind of yard work, what makes you think they're gonna pay somebody else to do this for them before the new tenant moves in? Or does it become the new tenant's responsibility? The owner, a new owner. Well, I don't want that. I don't want to be in the mud. I just want flat dirt. Let me tell you something. Even if they took out everything, they couldn't plant grass in that, people. Grass isn't going to thrive. It will die. You're going to get little bits and patches. That's what you're going to get. You're not going to get any kind of thing lush, okay? Because it requires a different kind of dirt. And grass requires feeding, and weeding, and a whole lot of maintenance. So anyway, this is my detour for the day. I was hoping to cut the grass, but I took my energy instead, and I applied it to this. And it's 1 o'clock now, and I have a splitting headache. Yesterday I slept all day. I was freezing, right? Because I'm sick, people, and I'm getting fucking sicker. This stuff just makes me sicker. So I'm going to finish the freaking job, right? I have a splitting headache. I have 1 Tylenol. That's it. So I'm going to probably work till dark and just try and get at least this part done. At least this part, as you can see. I don't know about that part, okay? Because that's just another nightmare, right? I'm just putting dirt. I mean, if we had a pond, that's where the waterfall would go. But I'm taking some of this stuff and I'm putting it over there where it's been so eroded from all that water that comes from next door and just spills into this yard. That, again, nobody does anything about, right? Landlord tells me to take the neighbor's, the neighbor's owner, the owner of the neighbor house to court. He told me to take that guy to court. Like, what the fuck? That's your house. This is your house. You take the guy to court to get the drainage done. Right? But no, I guess that maybe that's why I'm getting evicted. Because I didn't take the owner of that house next door fucking to court to get the drainage tile problems fixed. Who knows? It's just game playing. So anyway, people, I'm just doing what I think is the right thing to do. And I think this is the right thing to do. So we'll see how much I get done by the end of the day. Oh, okay. I thought I'd take a break for a minute. This is the rabbit hutch. We were really looking forward to having rabbits. That's another thing that's being taken away from us. Because I'm not moving this thing. This thing needs to be repaired. It needs to, because it's been sitting here for so long, right? It just needs some new 2x4s to be run across and braced. We put that nice roof covering or floor, porch covering on the roof. Yeah, this opens up. This is a really nice little rabbit hutch. Like, what the hell, right? You work all these years thinking one thing? Don't, Andre. I don't want it to hit my head. Please don't distract me, okay? Right? And I'm still out here working, people. Because if I don't, they're just going to use it against me, because they have been using it against me for the last year. It's not about the things in the yard, because those people still have their shit in the yard. Right? Those people over there still have their shit in the yard. I can take you down the block and show you other houses that have shit in the yard. It's not about that, people. It's about me talking about the homeless situation and the corrupt housing market and how the BC Liberal government allows predators to prey on the most vulnerable in our society and don't do nothing about it. Because it's all lip service in the Legislative House of Assemblies. Right? And I actually happen to live the walk, do the talk. I know I'm at the top of the list of being exploited here, right? My kids, my dad, my home after I've been whipped to death, right? For years and years and years and years. And as I'm now being held hostage to the yard, right? Because if they never paid me, they're not going to pay somebody else to come in here and do this stuff. Right? And no new tenant's going to want to come in and pick up. Right? So that will be just an excuse for my landlords to bitch and complain about when it goes to court. Right? Because that's my only recourse. I don't know what else to do. It's not like you can talk to them. Right? They're not reasonable, obviously. Right? Even when you're patient and waiting for things to get fixed, this is what you get, like I said before, right? So anyway, Andre's rabbit hutch. Oh, this poor camera's getting all dusty. And quality of living doesn't count here. The quality of living is doing the yard and getting it ready for somebody else. Because now that the yard is almost done, and I don't have to spend like my whole days out there all the time, month after freaking month, maybe I can get back my life here. And, like, I should have done dishes today, people. But I'm like so freaking tired, man. Like yesterday, I slept for a large part of the day because I was so cold. I was under 2 blankets with the freaking heat on. I don't get high blood pressure, people. I get low blood pressure. My blood pressure goes low. So that's maybe why I was so cold yesterday, right? I mean, as long as this stuff gets done, Now that that's all nicely done, I'm not needed. I'm not required anymore. All I'm required to is clean up the toys, get rid of the wood, get rid of the junk outside in terms of the toys, miscellaneous toys and that kind of stuff, and move on. Never mind that I've been living like this for who knows how long. I mean, obviously I do dishes, people, right? You can see I do wash dishes, right? But the point is, I should have been washing dishes today, not freaking laying down bricks because I have to go out next week or this week to the courthouse to defend myself over fucking bullshit. Bullshit. And same thing with those things, right? The fella that's taking them out, he's waiting. He asked me 2 nights ago, right? Not yesterday, because I was sick yesterday. He asked me on Saturday, are they ready? Are the flyers ready? I said no, because I've been out in the yard, people. Same thing with nonprofit books. Nothing's been getting done. If that isn't being sabotaged, I don't know what is. Because I'm telling you, if I don't finish what I'm working on right now and the rest of the stuff that I do while I live here, they're gonna hold it against me. Because they're already holding it against me. And now they want to profit off of it. That's what they want to do. They want me out so they can raise the rent, or they can sell the house and raise the rent when the new tenants move in. Okay, people. So now it's 7:15. Okay? That's what I did today. Pretty worn out. Like, serious. Like, very worn out. Anyway. I don't know. You tell me. Does it look okay? I'm exhausted. I can't do anything more right now. I can't move nothing. Alright. I don't know. Oh, I guess I should put that shovel away. I don't want to walk in the dirt and track. It's still pretty gritty, right? I don't know if I can do this tomorrow, people, because I put in like full freaking day today. I need to finish off in here. This is really hard though, because of the gravel rocks embedded right into it, right? It's not exactly straightest. I put some sand in there so things have to settle a little bit, right? And then take a pitchfork and you kind of loosen things up and let it settle. And then I've got a bag of cement to fill up those cracks. That's what it's made for. It's just to fill up those cracks, right? So that's kind of why I just want to get this over with too, right? I'm not going to be set up to fail here, people. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I'll go to the courthouse. I'll see if I can prolong this and challenge it or something. I haven't done anything wrong. Like, seriously, I've been working way too hard for this bullcrap. It's just money, people. Really, it's money. Down 132A, there's like 10 houses, all sold to Chinese people through one realtor. Like, seriously, it's all Chinese people just buying up these houses ridiculously because there's money laundering. I'm not saying those people down the road are money laundering money, but there's money laundering going on in British Columbia, Canada. I'm sorry. When people are dropping 700 and X amount of dollars, $100,000, $700,000 and up for houses like this that need major repairs in the back, and like this stuff, and it's not being accounted for. It's being played off like it's in the past. No, there's nothing in the past here, people. This is the present. This is the here and now. Okay? This affects real lives. All right? So anyway, I think I did a pretty good job considering everything. Right? I don't know, like I said, if I can go out there tomorrow. I put in too many hours today. Almost 11 hours today. And it was pretty rough. Hold on. Okay, so that's working in the dust all day, people. As you can see, The tabletop is leveled, but I just have to do that little corner of bricks right there. All right.
Dad,
So that's not so bad.
did you know I was on?
All right, looks kind of nice. I'm so tired. Yesterday, I slept for a large part of the day, or I just laid there under some covers, and it was so cold. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't have high blood pressure. I get low blood pressure. So maybe that's what I had yesterday. Maybe I had low blood pressure. That's why I was so cold. I don't know what the symptoms of it is. I know it's not good for you, though. I know it can be pretty serious. Alright. So you're probably wondering why I'm doing that, right, people? Well, for several reasons. One, I don't want to get set up to fail. That's a big one. I don't want to... Well, first of all, I couldn't pack up in a month anyway, even if I wanted to. I couldn't even pack up in 2 months, even if I wanted to. It's impossible. I've been here for too freaking long just to start throwing things in boxes, and that's not the way I pack, people. I pack my boxes tight. Okay? I'm very good. I'm very methodical about the way I pack things. Right? And I have no money. Right? I have no money to put the car on the road. Never mind fix it if it breaks if I put the car on the road. Because I'm thinking of putting the car on the road. But, of course, if it breaks, I won't have any money to fix it. I don't have money for bus, technically. I don't have money for groceries, technically. I eat most of what I eat at home. I went off and bought some oranges and strawberries and milk and eggs and that kind of stuff, right? But outside of that, everything else is, like, I'm still eating potatoes from the garden last year. And also I bought some in the, little produce stores, right? And my kids take potatoes from the potato shed too, right? So I'm not the only one, right? I don't, I buy one bag of cat food a month and I make cat food. Or the cats will go a day or two without food and just get little scraps of this and scraps of that. Whether they eat it or not remains to be seen until I give it to them, right? And I have no money for tape, right? I have no money for anything. Nothing. And I have no energy because I'm worn out and there's something wrong with me. Not only is the glaucoma a problem for me, I'm going for a test in May to see what my field vision is. I guess that's when you can see on the sides and stuff, right? And how fast you can see it, right? It's probably still okay for whatever reason. There's just some things in my body that doesn't seem to age very fast considering my age. That's not to say that maybe there is a problem there, but I can, I'm out there working with those bricks and, I can see if it's just slightly like that, right? I mean, I'm not going to try and level everything completely straight because it's, the ground shifts anyway, right? So, I'm going to do the best that I can, but I definitely straightened out that round marble top, right? So, I'm hoping my eyes aren't that bad. I don't know what's going on with this pressure. I think it's more than just a migraine. That's what the glaucoma specialist said. I suffer from migraines every day. That's what this pressure is. I don't think so. I think it's something else. I think it's the teeth, and I think it's something else. And I don't think working in this yard all these years, dealing with all this dirt and grit and, the eye problems and the teeth problems and just overworking, and I don't think it's been good for me, right? So anyway, I'm just going to go to the courthouse sometime this week, and I'm going to go see what I can do there. Because I'm not in a position to move right now. I'm not. And it's unfair. It's unfair. My landlord's daughter picked a fight. You know, she was egging for a fight. Because over here on the next block, if I get some time, I'll walk you down there and I'll show you realtor sign after realtor sign after, and it's the same realtor, and she's a Chinese woman. There's two of them. They work in partnership. They got like 8 or 10 houses already sold. And Chinese walking in there always looking, right? So this neighborhood is being bought up by Chinese. That's what's happening. That's what's happening because the houses are being overinflated. And the Chinese, some of them, we don't know who, but some of them are coming in with laundered money, right? And they're just scooping up on these properties, right? And my landlords are old, I guess, and they just don't want to cope with the repairs. And, you know, whether their kids want to deal with it or not, you know, and I don't know. They say they're keeping the house, but I mean, the minute I could be gone, they could be selling it and making $750,000. And yes, people, some of this yard work, the greenhouse, the garden beds, the sheds, the front, it's all going to add up into that dollar amount because, again, none of these houses around here have this stuff. Okay, but I'm not a vindictive person. I never was, and I'm never gonna be a vindictive person. I can get loud and and I'm the victim, and everybody's picking on me, and oh, woe is me, and yeah, there's a lot of reason for that, right? There's a lot of truth to that, and there's validation for around that because, people are predators in our society, and I'm one of the weaker ones, right? But it's like I said in the previous video, that's not going to change me. It's not going to change me. So, in part, I'm doing it to finish the job, right? Because I'm not going to take, I don't know if I move what I'm going to take. I guess I'll cross that bridge when I get to it, right? Like, seriously. I don't need a round marble top table to do this again, because I'm not doing this again, people. This is the only time I'm doing this. Like, seriously, I'm never doing this again. It's too hard on me. I want to go back to my sewing. I want to sew, and I want to make petahe. I want to make cabbage rolls. I want to make apple pie. I want to make bread. I was hoping to have a garden. I was hoping to have a greenhouse. I was hoping to have Mr. Lace back. A little rabbit for Andre out in the rabbit hutch there. I was hoping to have the pond for the kids, the front one there for the community to walk by, and the bigger one just because there's available space for it, right? These are things I was hoping for. But to go off into another house and start all over again? No. No. It ain't gonna happen. So, while I'm living here, I can still imagine. I did that out today, and I can still imagine the pond in my head, right? And I'm feeling pretty good about the walkway. Obviously I'm not feeling pretty good to finish it because it's hard work. I don't think I'll do it tomorrow. I'll find something easier to do tomorrow. I still have to get out into the back. I still have to cut the grass, but I chose the harder stuff today. I started like 8:30 in the morning to do the hard stuff. So you can see what I did, and that was hard. So I'm just going to leave it at that and upload this video. What is it? April 17th, 2016. And no, Andre doesn't want to lose his home. He tells me, Nana, I like my home. You like the home?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you like this house, eh?
Yep. I like my house at the back.
You like the house in the back too, eh? Mm-hmm. Yeah?
Spooky.
It's not spooky. What's spooky about it?
Because it has a chimney.
It has what?
Chimney. It has a hole.
Oh, chimney.
Uh-huh.
Oh, the chimney's on the side of the house and it has a hole, people. That's the spooky part.
Uh-huh. I don't have no white in there.
Anyway, we'll talk to you soon. Okay, so that's working in the dust all day, people. As you can see, the tabletop is leveled, but I just have to do that little corner of bricks right there. All right. So that's not so bad.
Did you know I was on?
All right, looks kind of nice.